Hey everyone, welcome to Beyond Film School, where I tell you all about the film industry. I'm Amber, and in this live stream, we are going to be talking about confidence and how to go for what you want in the film industry because it is not talked about enough. And just before we jump into this topic, I want to apologize for not streaming on Sunday, my usual time, Sunday at 1 o'clock, because I was doing my set production assistant training class this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I love doing the trainings. It's very exciting. So that's the sacrifice I have to make. I do the Set PA training and then I can't do the live stream. So, but what a better day to do this live stream than on February 2nd, 2022. In the hour of 2 o'clock. I mean, 2, and it is a Tuesday. So not to be like really like woo woo about it, but like a lot of twos in there. And apparently we're never going to see this day again. This type of numerology, all my numerology people out there. So the topic confidence for today was inspired by a friend of mine, Ileana. She works in the film industry, and we didn't really get to talk about it in person, but like I know exactly what she's talking about. And she was like, you know what you should talk about? She did like a real long dramatic pause. She's like, you know, you should talk about going for what you want. Because I really feel like there are so many people starting out in the film industry, or they're in, but they haven't gotten to the level that they want to yet. So we're definitely going to be talking real deep about that. So if you are with me, give me a hello in the chat. I want to know who's with me. I hope there are a few people with me because it is a random time than use my usual time. Also, any questions, comments, concerns, I want to hear from you. Please put them in the chat. I would love to hear from you folks. Of course, I want to hear from you because this is about building my community, the community in film, and helping people out in the film industry. So if you have any thoughts, please leave them in the chat. I would love to hear from you. All right, so let's just jump into confidence. Now, like, confidence I feel like gets kind of misconstrued or mistaken for arrogance. So my voice is going already. I spent so many hours. Hey, actress Angie, and we have Jake in here. Hello, Jake B. Like, my voice is shot because I speaking for 6 hours each day over the weekend really did a number on my voice. So I'm like trying to, after I do my Set PA classes, I don't talk for the rest of the day. I swear to God, like my voice hurts, and I'm like, I gotta take like some voice lessons or some like like I don't know, like how to project your voice without hurting your throat or something like that. I like definitely gonna be like YouTubing some videos about that. Just gotta soothe my throat really quick. Okay. What's up, Dean? What's up, Jake, Angie, and Dorothy? She was like one of the first people that like she left a comment before the live stream even started. So yes, Dorothy, I hope you're still with me. So confidence definitely gets mistaken for arrogance, and I know there is for sure a fine line between like confidence and arrogance. And I mean, one's a good thing, one's not really a good thing. If we're AP Vlogs, hello. So yeah, when we're talking about confidence and arrogance, there's definitely a fine line. And one is negative, one's positive, right? And some people see, hey, Jake, Jack and Jake. Well, that's really going to mess me up. Oh my God, thank you for joining me, Jack. His first Beyond Film School live stream. Oh my God, thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to have you. So arrogance is kind of, I want to say almost the opposite of confidence, because we're going to talk about a number of different things that involve confidence, but one of those things is arrogance is like that blind, you think you know it all, you got this, you refuse to ask for help. And another arrogant trait I do not like is kind of admitting your own mistakes. And all those things are kind of not good things to have when you're trying to exude confidence. You know, and there's also a bit of stubbornness that has to do with arrogance as well. If I butcher your name, Janja. Oh my gosh. Hello and hug. Thank you so much. So yes. Oh, Dean, you're also a Beyond Film School live stream virgin. Oh my God. Thanks, guys. Okay. So arrogance, you want to watch out for that. But confidence, what is confidence? Confidence is really honestly surrounded around trust. trust in yourself, trust in your actions, trust in yourself, and you can have confidence in others and trusting those, other people around you. So confidence is like trust. Like, do you trust yourself? For example, a real easy example of confidence in film is like, do I trust myself to approach this job? Can I do a good job? Can I trust myself to do a good job? And like, doing a good job doesn't really mean knowing everything that has to do with that position. It's like stepping in and doing the best you can. Like, I think at the bare minimum, when it comes to confidence, I feel like if you don't have confidence that you can just try your best, do your best, then it's like something is really, really wrong. So confidence, honestly, is just hey, Andrew, he's back. He's like my ride or die live stream person. Andrew is like always here for my live stream, and I'm for it. I'm here for it. I love it. So confidence is really dealing with the trust you have and the belief in yourself, right? Or belief in others, right? So do you trust yourself? Do you trust your actions? Do you trust your judgments? And a lot of the time when you start to second guess, and I love bringing up this example because Taisha, she is a Beyond Film School Set PA trainee of mine. She has grown so much. She took my class in, I believe, May of 2021, so May of last year. She's not even in the film industry for a year yet, but every now and then she texts me and she's like, hey, should I be doing this, or what is this? She'll ask me the question and not tell me what she thinks it is, but then once I give her the answer, she's like, oh my god, I totally knew that. And she has this issue of second guessing herself because she's still growing, and a lot of people have that. And there's nothing wrong with like having that mentor or someone you go to kind of like just reassure yourself, because that's honestly, you are building your confidence. But a lot of people get like really stuck in their head, and they really get stuck when they start second guessing themselves, and a lot of people don't listen to their intuition, and that is a big factor with confidence, like going with your gut, listening to your intuition. Oh my gosh, your name, okay, I'm gonna put the chat up really quick. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. I wish I could, but yes, Arya, there we go, Arya, your videos are so helpful, thank you so much, I appreciate it, I love all the love, thank you so much, I'm feeling it. So I just want to reiterate, second guessing yourself. Try not to do it, but also, like, I know sometimes you are seeking out, that reassurance that you need sometimes. So if you don't have confidence in yourself, no one else is going to have confidence in you, my friend. I am sorry. And I know that some of you may have done sports, and I myself was a swimmer, I was a rower, I was a runner in high school and college and stuff like that. And I remember this conversation with my coach when I was a swimmer in college. I was a butterflyer. I did the 200-meter butterfly. It's like the most gruesome friggin' outside of like the mile swim. It was a pretty tough stroke to do, especially like a really, really like long distance for a butterfly. So, and I remember my coach looking at me and he's like, I believe in you, and if only you believed in you, you'd probably a lot faster. And I was like, god damn it. And then like on the surface you have this like, hi Shiv, hello, I'm so happy to have you. So on the surface, when you're thinking about believing in yourself, there's like this shallow, like, yeah, of course I can do it. But then like you have like the front thoughts, and then like the deep back of the head thoughts where like, can I really do this? Do I have the ability? Am I good enough? Am I strong enough to, go into what I'm about to go into, right? Like whatever I'm about to try and tackle, like, can I really do it? And that's that fake confidence where it's like, yeah, sure, I believe in myself, but do you really? Are you that person that has that self-deprecating humor? Or are you that person where it's like you apply for a job, or maybe you apply for a program, or maybe you enter a short film contest or a writing contest of anything that has to do with competition of any sort, and then you're in the moment where you're waiting for an answer, and then in your head you're like, well, if I don't get it, it's fine. And you're honestly, in your mind, you're thinking about the worst case scenario, right? You're preparing yourself for the absolute worst, because honestly, when you think about it, the rejection that you're going to feel is really going to hurt. So you're really just trying to mentally protect yourself because you're setting yourself up for like, okay, well, if I don't get it, this will be the reasons why. But honestly, if you don't get something, if you don't get that thing, there is your reason to improve. There is your reason to start looking for the things that made you lose that opportunity. Because let me tell you this right now. Anyone who's been super overachiever, super successful, like been top of the class, or, always gotten every job, never been rejected, like you're in a world of pain coming to you when your first rejection comes, because it hurts. It really, really hurts. And that's why you're doing that. Because you're like, you know what? I'm not really going to get it. So then like when you do get it, it makes it even more enjoyable if you do get it. But most likely you've already like put into like your head that you're not going to get it. So most likely you're probably not going to get it. And also like thinking about interviews, when you go for an interview and you're like, well, I sort of did well, and you're like convincing yourself that like you sort of did it, but like you're not going to get it, and you're over analyzing everything that happened in the interview for this job or whatever, and you're just like at the end of the day, literally like at the end of the day before you go to sleep, you're just thinking like, oh well, if I don't get it, I'm probably not going to get it because this happened in an interview. Or, I feel like you really got to like really listen to yourself, listen to like what's happening, your intuition when it comes to these types of situations. Don't go into something where you're not giving it your all. Okay, if you really don't believe in yourself, why are you even trying to do this thing if you don't really believe that you can do it? Like, for example, I have sort of like when I go up for other positions, like for example, me transitioning to being like a set PA on union sets and finally getting to the DGA, like that was a goal I've had for such a long time. It was like 10 years in the making, and I finally have reached that goal, and I'm like freaking out in my head, and I'm like, am I gonna be hired? Because there's no guarantee for me to be hired as a DGA AD. Like someone's still gotta hire me. I still gotta put myself out there. I still gotta try, So that's one of the things where you're just doubting yourself. You're like, wait, can I get these jobs? Am I gonna be okay being hired as a base camp AD? Am I gonna be okay being hired as a second? Like I know, like if I'm looking at the job and I literally know the responsibilities of those positions. Like I know what a second does. I know what a key second does. I know what I know what an additional AD does. I know what all those positions I am qualified for do, and I can be like, yeah, I can do all those things. But then when I'm up for a position, I may be like, freaking out and being like, I don't believe in myself. So, and here's the thing is when you are in that job market, and you're like looking for jobs, and you have that doubt in yourself, and someone's like interviewing for that position, they're interviewing you for that position, and they see the doubt that you have, then it's like, it's not going to happen. Because if you're doubting yourself, the person interviewing you is going to sense that, and they're going to pick up on it really quick, and they're like, well, if this person doesn't think they can do the job, then I'm not hiring them to do that job. So, I mean, that's my own example of like me like having that like, oh my God, because here's the thing, when you like cross over from, the PA world into DGA AD, it's like you have to start all over. You're going to start day playing again as an AD, and it's kind of like a really, it's kind of stressful. It's really, fearful, but like still, I'm like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put myself out there. I contact most of the ADs I know being like, hey, I got into the DGA. I'm doing this thing. If you need additional AD, like I'm putting myself out there because I'm going for what I want because I have confidence in my abilities that I can do that job and I can kill it when I'm on set, So, and that's another thing we're going to get into is like going after what you want. How does confidence relate to going after the things you want? Like, what do you think that means? Like, what are you thinking? Like, well, how is that connected? If you have the self-esteem to put your goals out there, if you have the like confidence to put yourself out there, if you have the confidence to just speak to people about what your goals are and what you're trying to do. Perfect example of this is when I interviewed for New Amsterdam years ago. I was supposed to be hired as a background PA. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do more background, and I was qualified to do background. I had experience as a background PA. So I applied for background. They interviewed me, but before the interview, surprise, surprise, they had already filled the background position. So I was like, ugh, goodness, like I can't, like I was kind of like bummed out that they had already filled that position. Now I was coming from like, I had a couple staff jobs already, but then I was still kind of day playing, so they didn't really know me that well to staff me up as a PA. So like the fact that I was even given my name was given to them to interview, it's like I was completely grateful. Okay, I could not even be more grateful for that opportunity. So when they were like, well, we don't have the background PA position, but what we do have is walkie PA is open. I had never been a walkie PA, and I never wanted to be a walkie PA, so I kind of went into it like, oh, god damn it. But what I did know is that outside of being a background PA, outside of doing, you know, first team PA, I knew that I had to be a key if I want to be a DJ AD. I have to be a key PA, right? I have to be. So when I did the interview, they asked me what positions I wanted, and they're like, well, if you're walkie PA, we do want to have a walkie PA that is interested in keying. And I told them, I was like, 100%. Definitely want to learn how to key. And the walkie PA is like one of the positions that you get trained to be a key PA. So, and I told them, I expressed them like, I would love to be the walkie PA if only I got the opportunity to train as a key and to actually fill in as a key PA. So I put myself out there. They could have just been like, no, but that confidence that I had in myself, I was like, I definitely want a key. That's what I want to do. I told them exactly what I wanted. And then they saw that I was like going after it, and they were like, okay, yeah, this is exactly what we want. So the fact that I didn't doubt myself, even though I had never keyed before, I had never been a walkie PA before, I knew I could kill it because I know I have certain like practice in leadership, and I was like, I know I'm a quick learner. I can pick these things up. I know it. I had confidence in myself. So those are some of the examples I have for myself and like having confidence. And like, I mean, I'm not bulletproof. I'm a human being, and like my journey becoming an assistant director is also like, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of shaky a little bit sometimes, but like, no, I have to like readjust and be like, no, like you've been doing this for years. Of course you're ready for this stuff. Like you have to have those moments with yourself, be like, no, you can like do this. You can totally do this. So yes, again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. I would love to answer them, and I have some comments here I'm going to read. Dean, I believe in myself and my project. I have envisioned shooting my film, and we'll get it done one day. There we go, done one day. I'm confident in myself, but still learning so much all the time. So here's the thing, Dean, I love this comment so much because the fact that you're envisioning shooting your film, man, that's just like so much good energy. I love it so much because honestly, like when I first got into DGA, I was like, every night I'm just like praying to the gods or whatever energy is out there. Like, who knows what's out there? I have no idea, right? I don't know what anyone's beliefs are, but I would like really envision myself as, you know, a base camp AD or a second sec. I would see myself going through the motions of going on set and being that position. Like, honestly. And then like now my next job is I'm staffed as a base camp AD. So it's like, weird things happen like that. I'm just saying, I'm not saying like manifest the things that you want to do, but like start really see yourself there. Because when you start to use your brain to see yourself doing those things, I think you just automatically start going through the actions of what's going to get you there. It has nothing even to do with like some crazy, you know, woo-woo stuff and energy. It's just like you will start to take the steps. Like, things will become clearer of what you have to do to get there. So, Dean, I love that comment so much. Actress Angie, was there always a base camp AD in the business? When did that position start? So, actress Angie, I do know that the base camp AD isn't always on every show. It depends on what show it is and what was kind of needed for the production. So, I know that's not like a clear-cut black and white answer, but that is the answer. Is that like it varies for like productions. It just varies. So, what I will say is that, like, the base camp AD is very, very, I guess, prevalent in everything around the New York area. The New York area does have it a lot, but not every movie, not every show has it. I mean, sometimes it really depends on how many casts there are. If there is a lot of stunt players on the show, it just depends. So it is definitely a position that exists. On the call sheet, they're usually listed as additional second ADs, additional second ADs. Let's see, Jack, I've got a script super job coming up. Yes, script supervisor. Shout out to all the script supervisors out there. Your job is not easy. I do not envy you because your job is hard. So shout out to all the script supervisors out there. Definitely. Okay, you can be scared as fuck, but like, just remember, take it like hour by hour and like, honestly, everyone's gonna make mistakes, and just know that maybe if this is your first one, is that Jack, is your first script supervisor job? Like, team of one is definitely challenging. You are a department of one. You are the only one that is doing what you're doing, and you're the only one that really is like concerned with anything that you're concerned about, especially for when the AD or the director is like yelling at you to figure out eye lines, or like, did we cross the 180 rule or something like that. So Jack, definitely, I know you got this. I don't know if you need a boost, but I'm about to give you a really good pep talk. It's like, you're gonna make mistakes because you are a human being. Knowing that you're gonna make mistakes, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna do just fine, and no one's friggin' perfect. That director you're working with is not perfect. That first AD that you're working with is not perfect, even though the first AD will love to appear that they're perfect. Trust me, because I know I'm a victim to this. Like, because if the AD doesn't have it together, that whole goddamn, like, that whole production doesn't have it together, because they're the one kind of like holding up the fort here, holding down the fort. So, Jack, I know you got this. Like, I know you got this. Please let me know, like, in the comments of this video when we put the replay up, like, how it goes, because I want to know how it goes. Let's see. Silent Shred, what if you just want to work in film on both sides of the camera? You can, and I've actually had a lot of people, like, recently ask me about this, because here's the thing. If you're an actor and you want to learn about production, there's nothing wrong with that, because here's the thing is that, like, you control your schedule. If you're acting, but I told, people in my Set PA class this weekend, I actually had a lot of actors. I had like 4 people who are aspiring actors, but they're in the same situation as you, Silent Shred, where they were like, well, I want to do both. I want to, and that is true for a lot of actors out there. They're like, they're actors, but they're also producers, they're actors, but they're also directors. So it's not like this impossible thing where you can't be both in front and behind. And also, like, think about all the actor, director / writer / producer that they're on that project. They're like the #1 actor, but they're also producing it and they're directing it. Like, and I have worked with a few people, like in my indie AD days, where I was like dealing with the main actor who was also the director. Like, it's not that rare for that to happen. So learn all you can and know that it's possible. You can do all the things. Like, you control your schedule. If that is what you want to do, you can do it. Just know that you have the confidence to do it, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't. And that's the main thing, is like people telling you that you can't do something. It's like, first of all, this is my life, and don't tell me what I can and cannot do. And for perfect example for myself with this, it's like me doing Beyond Film School, live streaming once a week, trying to post a video once a week, and working full-time in film. It is not easy. I understand that, but I have set certain goals for myself that I refuse to not let go, and people are like, oh yeah, but if you're a full-time YouTuber, you can't be full-time film, like, you know what, if I have to split my life 50-50, that is my business, and as long as I'm happy and I'm doing what I want, what do you care? You know what I mean? So just live your lives, people. Just live your lives. Okay, so I'm Gus. Hi, how does health insurance work if you're not in a union or guild? Are there good options that you know about? Gus, so I have a question for you. Where are you based out of? Like, are you in the States or are you not in the States? So here's the thing, is that, like, people who are starting out as PAs who don't have a union or a guild or something to kind of have their back, like, this is how I survived. I survived basically in New York City. They have like free clinics, and I have gone to one for years because I had no other option for healthcare. And when you go to free clinics, you're dealing with like, there's an attending where there's like super famous doctors and they have like students and stuff. But like, also, if I didn't go to a free clinic when I was a PA, I would have not known that I had celiac disease, because that free clinic was the reason why I discovered I had it, and I got the blood tests and antibodies and whatever, and they tested me to prove that I actually had it, and like, life changing knowing that I had celiac disease, like total life changing. So Los Angeles, I'm pretty sure, Gus, like, there's got to be some free clinics around to actually help with healthcare. Also, other thing that happened to me is like, I had gotten appendicitis, and I did not have health insurance, and this was like in the midst of like me trying to day play as an additional PA, and I had like no way of like paying for this surgery. And like, I remember they were like, do you have insurance? I was like, oh God, no. But then it was like this thing called charity care in New Jersey. So like 90% of my surgery was like paid for. And I mean, these are like social programs where it's like, unfortunately, you're seeking out these social programs that hopefully exist. I mean, I definitely know they have free clinics everywhere. In Los Angeles, I know for a fact they're going to have one. Also, if you are a staff PA on like NBC shows, CBS shows, even though you don't have a union or guild, you can sometimes get like the health insurance through those companies that you're staffed with. So, for example, when I worked on New Amsterdam, I was able to get health insurance through them. Because I worked for NBC and because I worked, a couple months with them, that I was qualified. I paid like, I think $100 a month for my premiums. And then like I was able to, have like regular visits and whatever and go to the dentist and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely like there are a lot of options. Just like, I mean, I don't want to be like, hey, look into free clinics and stuff like that, but like definitely look into free options. Like I wouldn't have the vaccinations I had if I didn't look into free clinics and stuff like that. This is a really long tangent for healthcare, but like it is a problem in our country, unfortunately, but there are options for folks who cannot afford it, unfortunately. But sometimes, man, live the healthiest life you can. Like honestly, like drink lots of water, stay away from sugar, be mindful of your diet and exercise, because honestly, prevention and actually having a handle on your diet and exercise and like your daily regimen and what you do every day goes a long way as far as prevention goes, and this is like for people who don't have like any ailments that are like, maybe you might have diabetes like type 1 or something, and there's nothing really you can do about that. It's just like certain organs just don't work, unfortunately for you, right? So I mean, definitely look into certain programs that are around your area. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on this chat a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so getting back to Jack, I loved working as a base AD. I want to work up to being a second, so it was a great job to have and learn. Would you ever think of doing a Zoom training class for international fans? So I've actually had this request, Jack, and it's kind of funny that you bring it up. And when I have a certain idea for Beyond Film School, it's really funny how it works. I have the idea in my head. I'll like mull it over. I won't write it down, but I'm like, it's an idea that'll keep coming up. And it like keeps coming to the front of my mind, and an AD training kind of like Zoom thing I was thinking about, and then I got a message on Instagram from someone, and then you're mentioning it now, so it's kind of like you're giving me the right direction. So yes, I might be doing like a I'm kind of like playing with this assistant director training thing that I want to do for people who are like in the indie world, and they're like, maybe they are trying to get into the DGA and like they're trying to figure out their way as far as like assistant directing. If I had like 5 people, that'd be like perfect. That's like such a perfect group, because then I can go over call sheets, how to make them, how to make a one-liner, doing your day-to-days, doing movie match scheduler, all these things, and then like leadership and staffing your, staff PAs and all that stuff that would go along with being an assistant director. So we're back to Shiv. Please tell me how I can approach Hollywood casting directors for the opportunities. Oh gosh, casting directors are like a brick wall. Especially if you are in LA, it is tough. It is really, really tough, because everyone out there is trying to get a hold of a casting director. What I will suggest for you, Shiv, is go on Facebook. If you are not on Facebook, I apologize, but I think it's worth it. There is a group on Facebook called the Green Lounge, and they have so much advice for people trying to become actors, having good headshots, what your headshot is like, what your first impression from your headshot is, how to do your resume, how to, like, the acting world is not my world, but I definitely will defer to a group that is their world, so like getting the stuff you need together for those casting directors, and they talk about all that stuff, how to approach casting directors and how to like get around more people. And I mean, they have those industry parties over in LA and stuff like that, and like networking opportunities. Definitely go to those types of things. It is, I mean, for the introvert folks out there, I hate these types of things. I hate going to a room full of people that I just have no idea who they are, and trying to like talk to people. It's just like, ugh, it's painful for me. So if you're an introvert, I'm hoping the best for you, but definitely put yourself out there. And I mean, definitely, if you're approaching anyone for anything, just make sure you're going in there nice, sincere, and confident. Those are the top 3 things I would say is approaching anybody for anything, really, for any opportunities. So, okay, moving along. Amber, while working, Janja. Amber, while working on some independent films, did you have problems with lazy people in post-production, and how do you get them to get things done without insulting anyone? Whew. Man, if they're not getting the job done, they fired. I'm sorry, but like there comes a time where it's like on a budget here. We are on a timeline. And, like, sometimes people got to replace their editors. But, like, here's the thing. Independent films, as an assistant director, I do not deal with the post house. I love the fact that I don't have to do any post. I love being on set. That is my world. So I don't really deal with post-production. But when you do have, you know, and this is probably a conversation for people who are producers I can probably bring in for a live stream down the line. But you really got to think about, like, if they're not getting the job done, just tell them, like, hey, you know, if this isn't, you know, right for you, if this isn't a right fit, like, I need this done in a quicker manner, blah, blah, blah. Like, and also kind of look into, have a conversation with them. Like, what's happening? Like, is there something that is holding you back from achieving the goals or, you know, the timeline or the deadlines that we have put out for this production? So it starts with a conversation, and it starts with, like, you know, we're going over budget, or most likely you are probably going over budget, and it's like, we have to reach the deadline. So, but also you want to make sure you're setting up post-production, like, successfully. You want to set them up for success. You don't want to set them up for failure because, for example, if you are shooting, you know, a indie film and you don't shoot enough shots or angles for your editor, you run into a lot of problems, and then they have to, like, scramble and figure out how to put this scene together, you know? So just keep that in mind of, like, setting them up for success and not really blaming them for, you know, hey, they're not reaching the deadlines, because there could be a number of things that you did in production that's, like, really screwing your editors over. So, like, I wouldn't say, like, you know, be lenient, but, like, just have a conversation and figure out, like, have an honest conversation and be like, hey, like, what are the things holding you back? You know, we gotta talk about this. So, Janja, definitely open a line of dialogue with these folks. Okay, actress Angie, as an actor, writer, working on my previous show offered me great opportunities and connections that I'm currently benefiting from. So go for it. Yo, I cannot agree with this more, because you never know where all those things lead to. Like, people are like, oh, don't work for free. But, like, if you have no lines in your resume and you have no film experience, where are you going to start? And some people will give you a chance if you're, like, just willing to help and get on set and just do, you know, just help, you know, and those things lead to other things that are paid more or, like, bigger opportunities. Like, you never know. Like, perfect example is this is my friend Scott. Bless his heart. I love him so much. He's a producer I work with. He's also a stunt coordinator. And we work all together all the time because we like working with each other and we trust each other. And we started off doing, like, you know, I met him on a 6-day short film. After that, we did commercials together. He hired me again. And then, like, he's doing, like, bigger budget things, more and more things, and he's bringing me with him. And, like, and we met on a very small, like, 6-day short film. So, like, you never know where those small opportunities, where they can go from there, and, like, what connections you can make. Let's see. Last year, okay, this is for Arya. Last year, I graduated from high school. I'm planning to make a future in filmmaking. I want to be a director and an editor. Oh, you got a lot. You want to be a director, an editor, and visual effects. My question is, what would I start with? Can you please guide me? Okay, so you can learn how to edit while learning how to do visual effects. Like, first of all, like, learn those programs. I mean, I'm hoping that you've actually learned those programs. Like whatever film editing software, take an hour every day, play with it, make commercials, remake a trailer of your favorite movie, or, you know, try to cut together a commercial really quick. Like, learn those software, and then also visual effects is another thing. Like, learning learn the programs is, like, the big one. And you want to be a director, and a lot of people, what the great thing is about being a director-editor, and I love directors who are editors, because we've saved so much time on set because the director already has cut it together in their head. And I was just saying this to someone the other day. Gosh, I can't remember who it was, but it was, like, one of my friends, and we were saying how, like, oh yeah, it was someone who was helping me with First Team, and we were talking about, like, when we work with directors who don't know how to edit or have not edited the film already in their head, like, they take a long time to figure out what they want on set, and also they're very indecisive, and they do a lot of shots that we just don't need. So we waste a lot of time and money. So, Arya, the fact that you want to be a director editor, that's amazing, because those two skills go really together, because both of them are like storytellers. When you're an editor, you're definitely a storyteller. When you're a director, you're definitely a storyteller. So, and just like being an editor just helps you direct better, because it makes you more efficient and you know exactly what you want. So all those things go together. The only thing that really doesn't kind of go together is the visual effects. But, like, that's just another skill that you can develop. And, like, there's so much time. And, like, who says you can't, like, maybe you want to direct something small on the weekend, but then on Mondays you practice your editing. And then on Tuesdays maybe you practice your visual effects. Like, you can take bits and pieces and do bits and pieces, like, throughout the week. And you can do different things. Like, no one's saying, like, okay, for a year you have to do nothing but direct and, like, focus on, you know, director's commentary for masterclass and, like, you know, reading like books from directors and stuff like that. No one says you have to take like, you know, these chunks. You can do a little bit every day, or take a day out of the week and do that one thing to kind of like touch all the areas you want to touch. So there's like nothing wrong with that, Aria. Okay. Would you work behind the lens? Any plans of ever being in front? No, ma'am. Or sir. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. Silent Shred. It was kind of funny, but this kind of came up the other day. I went to a very small play with my husband last week. And I was like, oh, maybe I should do like this little theater stuff and like take an acting class. And I was like, oh God, what am I saying? Like, came out of nowhere, just blurted it out. So like, maybe there is a part of me who does want to explore, you know, just the acting side of things. Like, also, like, I consider being an AD, me stepping into performance, me doing these live streams, me doing my videos. Those are all like performance-based things. You know, you are getting kind of like the real me, but also like when I do my videos and I'm like trying to be funny or whatever, or serious, like I'm stepping into a role. And when I'm on set as a first AD or an AD period, like I am super introverted sometimes and I can't be around people and I need rest time, I need alone time. But when I'm on set, I am acting as an AD. That's the role I'm stepping into. So that's a weird kind of like answer to that question. But being in front of the camera, my goal was not to be an actor at all. But I think it's useful as far as like me expressing myself and being vulnerable and being a better person. Acting classes, for sure, they teach you a lot of really good like life skills in acting classes. So thank you so much for that question. Going on to Jake. Still trying to get in as a PA, so I'd be down for it all, really. Only way to find out the right path is to go for it and see what sticks. That's exactly right. You never know, because if you're unsure what you want to do, being a PA, sometimes you don't got a lot of responsibilities first starting out, but you get to watch everything and you get to see who you want to be. And I mean, I did the same thing when I first started out. I started out in camera, and then like I saw for the first time, a couple projects in, I saw for the first time that, you know, there's a first AD. I was like, what is that? Who is that? Like, who is this person that knows everything that we're about to do? Like, who is calling the shots? And I learned what a first AD was, and I was like, I want to be that person. And I was already in the camera department doing like being a second AC and a first AC. And then I finally like worked on a bigger budget thing with like more professionals from New York and LA, because this project was in Buffalo. And I was like totally like, I want to be an AD now. Oh my God. So yeah, definitely you never know where your stuff can take you, because I definitely was going on the DP route. I definitely was going down that route like 100%. Let's see. Silent Shred filmmaker is a good one to start editing film with. Has a good tutorial. 100%. Whatever I mean, a lot of people use like Premiere, but that has its problems. I still use Final Cut for all my YouTube videos and stuff. That's all I need. I don't need anything crazy special or anything like that. I know people are using, I think, Avid is another one. Vegas is another editing software program. Claire. So, hi Claire. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for having you as a viewer. Did I say that right? I have no idea. Okay. What are LED lights? Okay, LED, I honestly don't know. I think it's like lighting, electronic. I don't know what LED actually stands for, but I know it's a brighter type light that is lighter, like in like heaviness, like weight. It's lighter, and you can do a lot more things. It's digital, so like you can digitally change like LED lights, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? It's not a really good explanation because I am not in the electrical department. I don't know that much about lighting, but I know that LED lights they produce less heat. They are lighter in weight, and they can be manipulated. You can change the lighting from like warmer to cooler, as in like blue and orange, like more like sunrise, or more dimmer lights, or, you know, we're talking about color temperature here, where we're getting kind of like film 101 type stuff, whereas like blue light is like your sunlight, and like yellow light or orange light is like more like your sun setting type thing. Either way, you can manipulate the color temperature of LED lights. That's a really bad example. I wish you can do a little bit better. Let's see, light emitting diode. There we go. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much for saving me there, Andrew. Light emitting diode. even equals even. Okay, I don't know. Thank you, Andrew, for like telling me what the letters actually stand for. I will, let's see, starting probably this year, this is Arya again, starting college from this year. So you started college this year, learning about, of course, right, everything. I'm working on iPhone editing right now. Oh, that's great. iPhone editing is really, really cool because, like, you're starting with what you got. You're working and starting with what you got, and it's like, being resourceful. It's like super, and actually that kind of like brings me to like one of my points about confidence. You may not know everything, right? But like, you might be able to figure it out, right? Being able to be resourceful, taking and figuring out the problem with the things that are placed in front of you, you know, like problem solving, being resourceful and trying to, you may not know, like for example, if you're a set PA and you are asked a question from a crew member, you may not know, but you might know, and you should know, who to ask to find the answer, that type of thing. Like, you don't have to know everything, but there are someone on set that knows the answer to this thing, you know, and like, and just because you don't know the answer doesn't mean you're dumb or you're stupid or whatever. You just, so many things are happening on set. There's no reason, like, okay, I have been a key PA and AD, and somebody's asked me so many questions, and I'm like, okay, hold on one second, I don't know, but I know who to go to find out. And they accept that answer, and they wait there for me, because I know I'm going to find the answer. Like, that sort of thing makes people have confidence in you. It's great. It's amazing. Does anyone have self-esteem issues? Because, man, I hope not, because self-esteem is a huge thing when it comes to confidence. Self-esteem, just like liking yourself. You know, have confidence in yourself. Just like have like your ability to do things, and you're trying and you can do it. And I believe anyone who's on this live chat with me, I believe that you can do it, because there's like no reason why you can't do whatever you're trying to achieve. I'm sorry. Right, Jan Josie, you're right. So, well, you are in front of the lens right now, right? I'm not in front of the camera as in like the traditional like movie sense, but I am in front of the camera. So I guess I can sort of count Beyond Film School as me being in front of the camera, for sure. All right, you guys, okay, lighting, Silent Shred and Andrew, you guys got me. You must find Yoda. Light emitting diode. Yeah, so you guys know. Okay, LED. Sorry, we got into the whole thing about LEDs. Oh my goodness. So that is wrapping up. Oh wait. Jake, all the time, but I tend to talk myself out of the issues. That's good though. You're talking about me, right? Is that like, am I taking that the right way? You're talking yourself out of the issues, right? Because I think that's a good thing. You're like not in your head. You're not talking yourself like, you're talking yourself into it, right? Like, dude, I do self pep talks all the time. Like, I see my shirt is like, mindset is everything. Look, mindset is everything. I feel like I wish I like was the owner of like that phrase for sure, because I really think it is. Like, if I have issues or something happening on set, or I'm like, yo, what is happening right now? I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, I sit myself down, and I'm like, all right, Amber, why do you think you can do this? Oh, I can do this because this. And then, like, I start going, like, no, you're fucking awesome. Stop this nonsense. Oh, also what I will say is that, like, most of the time when you think that someone is doubting you, or, like, you think that they're judging you, or you think that they think you can't do something, most of the time it's, like, in your head, and it's totally not even true. Like, you know, you just think that they're thinking those thoughts, and they're definitely not. Because let me tell you, everyone is so caught up in their own world and their own lives that, like, honestly, there's, like, no one really thinking that hard about you. You know what I mean? Like, honestly. I guess gotta be kind to yourself for sure. Yeah, 100% be kind to yourself, because, man, no one is gonna do well when you're just, like, beating yourself up. It's crazy. I mean, we all got issues, right? We all got things. But, like, there's no reason to not be kind to yourself. And actually, during the pandemic, I read this book. And actually, I can probably bring it out for you. Actually, I will grab it. I will grab this book. I read The Artist's Way. Look, I have my little like notes and stuff. It's called The Artist's Way. And I really think, and it's kind of funny because I owe a lot of my progress of Beyond Film School to that book. Because, and the main thing that it really tells you in this book is like being kind to yourself. Because there's going to be people out there who like definitely will be super, super critical of you. And thank you, I'm Gus, for bringing this up because it's super, super important. Because if you're not kind to yourself, there are going to be so many people who are not kind to you. It's like, so why don't you start with doing that first? Why don't you start the trend of being kind to yourself? You know, like, some people have a habit of like, oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot, or oh, I'm such an asshole. And I'll do that sometimes to like be funny, but I don't really believe that I'm an idiot or that I'm an asshole or, you know, that I'm not deserving of XYZ things. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the Artist's Way, it's like really old, like, where is it, like 25th edition or whatever. It's so crazy, but like you makes you do like week by week, right? It was like you do something daily, and there's like certain exercises in it that really got my mind going. And one of the things that really helped me was the you write 3 pages a day. And I did this for like the entirety of the pandemic. I think for the lockdown for like the 7 months, I wrote every day, and I put it in my planner. That I put a star in my planner every day that I wrote 3 pages. And what it does, like, writing 3 pages could be literally anything, whatever is on your mind. It's like just a thought, like, what do you call, like, just a thought dump. Like, you're just, whatever your thoughts are, you're just putting on the paper. And sometimes when you just put it on the paper, all your doubts or whatever you're thinking about or whatever it is that's bothering you, like, once it's on the paper, for some reason, it just takes this, like, weight lifts off you in a weird way. So it helped me so much with, like, confidence building and like figuring out where I want to take Beyond Film School, like using different ideas. And like I feel like it's kind of weird, but I owe a lot of the success of Beyond Film School to the fact that I took time during the pandemic and the fact that I had those 7 months of not working in film to like really focus on like what I wanted to do with Beyond Film School. It's kind of crazy to think about all the benefits I got from the pandemic. Like, I don't like to say like, oh, thank God for the pandemic, but like, thank God for the pandemic, even though I'm like really annoyed that still dealing with COVID on set is really, really annoying. Okay, so Andrew, I'm completing an application, and a question posed is about what qualities for a runner. I've put down ability to multitask. Oh my god! Andrew, I'm so mad at you. Don't say multitasking. I hate this word, and so does everybody else. Everyone hates multitasking. Do not use this word anywhere in an application. Oh my Jesus, because you know why? Your brain can't really multitask, and also it's kind of like a negative connotation, because sometimes multitasking can be seen as, oh, you are so scatterbrained you can't really finish anything. So you can handle a lot of things at once, I would say. I would put that in a different kind of phrasing, right? Okay, so you said I've put down ability to multitask, communication at all levels, resilience, adaptability, and work ethic. Okay, I love communication at all levels. Love that. Love resilience and love adaptability. Love those things. But like when you're running, let's see, you're for a runner. Like what type of runner? What can you tell me what position like for just being a set PA, right? You're just right. That's because that's what a runner is in the UK. Is set PAs equals runner, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. Right? I believe. Multitasking, I hate that. Maybe just say that you can handle a lot of things at once. I would like that much better. Or you have the ability to prioritize tasks. And I like that one better. That's like even better. Let's see. Okay, so if a PA is applying to me, communication skills, customer service, man, because you're dealing with so many people. And I never tell anybody in my videos, in my training, I never tell them what actually ADs and people hiring set PAs or runners, what we actually would look for in the soft skills. So this is what I'm about to tell you. I'm going to drop a secret knowledge on you guys, okay? Because I never tell anyone. But like communication, obviously. Customer service, if you've ever been a bartender, a barista, or a server, like honestly, like those are really, really good ways to tell if you can handle being a set PA or a runner, okay? So communication, for sure. People skills, customer service, ability to adapt. I think sometimes like being creative, problem solving is another one. Troubleshooting, like come on. Like these are things like, because sometimes you might be like in something, someone might ask you a question, you might like, oh my God, but you took care of it before you had to like escalate it up to your bosses. Like your job as a runner, as a Set PA, is to make the job of your bosses easier. Please don't argue this point, man, because that is like, honestly, it's the same thing with like any job, right? You're making your boss's job easier. And it's like that on set too. Because if you don't do the job, that means that AD has to do that job, or whoever's above you's got to do it. They got to make up for your, lack of making their job easier, basically. Okay, so back to Jake. Don't take anything on set personally. Yo. Probably the most, like, I cannot stress that enough. I full on agree with this, Jake. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That is everything, because there are some things that are going to be said to you. They're going to yell at you. It's not even about you. They had a bad day. They might be mad at their boss. They might be mad at the director or whatever it is. They just somehow, they take it out on you. So do not take anything personal. Seriously, thank you, Jake B, for saying that. Everyone has things they have got to get done. That's a big piece of advice I took from one of your videos. Oh my God, thank you so much. See, look at you, have to like throw my own points at me. What is happening? But that's true. Don't take anything personally, because, man, once you start taking everything personally, you start to mentally break down so fast. And we don't need you mentally broken down. We do not. We need you strong. We need you to be confident in your ability. Don't worry about what anyone else says about you. Just do the job you came to do. Just be you, be yourself, and do it well. Your building a film resume video felt like an attack on me. I fell into pretty much every don't you covered. But you know what? That probably, I mean, I'm glad that you're like, oh my God, she's coming for my life right now. But like, I'm here to help. I'm here to make you better. That's all I'm saying. I'm here to make everyone's life better when it comes to film. So just saying. Oh my God. So yeah, Dorothy, welcome. Oh wait, you're like my first comment. You're back. Thank you so much for like, did you like, were you watching the whole entire time? Because like, I'm so happy to have you. Yes. So maybe, I mean, some people can't really get to my live streams on Sundays. And I can't really do them during the week because of, me filming during the week. But I am off for a couple weeks until I start my next job, thankfully. So I'm going to start catching up on, Beyond Film School stuff. Because I have a lot of things. I have like live stream guests I have to organize and stuff like that, which I'm actually going to try and get some people who are DIT folks. People don't know a lot about DIT, and I want to really kind of like talk about that topic a little bit on my channel, and I'm gonna try and get a UPM on here. I'm gonna I'm working on a whole lot of stuff. There's like a person right now I'm talking about like digital streaming that I'm trying to get on the live stream. So it's not always just gonna be me. Like we had Daniel on a couple weeks ago. Love Daniel. We're live streaming forever. Also coming up in March, which I already have organized, and I have my guests, is I have a bunch of my AD department friends. Some of them are ADs, some of them are DGA trainees, some of them are PAs that are staff right now on shows, and it's going to be like, I think 5 of us talking all kinds of stuff PA-wise, talking about, being on set, all kinds of stuff. That is coming next month in March, I believe, probably like the last week of March. I'm still kind of like working out the dates with them. But like live stream guests, I cannot wait. It's going to be really fun. But most likely going to happen on Sunday afternoon because that's when we're all available, unfortunately. So, but also if you're not here for the live stream, you can, watch the replay, of course. All right, I am going to start wrapping this up. So please put your comments in if you have anything else you want to ask me, any statements, anything you want to share, because yes, anything you want to share about like anything you have accomplished, I am here to celebrate with you. Like, honestly, I'm here to celebrate with you because I don't think people celebrate their accomplishments enough. And like, if you accomplish something and no one celebrates, man, it's such a sad day. So like, I'm here to celebrate you and whatever you accomplish. So if you want to share anything, please, by all means. And everything you shared so far has been great. Dorothy, dude, I rewatched all your videos every day. I'm so excited. I've gotten a lot of feedback about, like, I've met a couple people on set who have like been fans of Beyond Film School and they don't think it's me. And they're like, wait a minute, are you Amber from Beyond Film School? And then that's like, they tell me how before they would go to set, they were like watch and study my videos before they went to set, and like they owe their career to me, and I'm just like, I cannot be more honored to actually have a hand in your career and like help you guys succeed, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help past Amber that was like struggling trying to get in film and like making those like emailing thousands of people trying to figure out the way, and that's why I started making these videos, because I was like, there's got to be other people that need help just like I do. So everything I learned, I tried to just give back, like honestly, trying to help past like the past Ambers out there, like trying to just break in, trying to figure out a way to make their film dreams come true, I'm trying to become a PA, but I'm a stage manager in theater. How do I make the switch? Oh my god, dude. Ugh. Wait, Dorothy, where are you based out of, actually? Because I love when, okay, so I will stop myself. I will reset this. So when I first started the Set PA classes in August of 2018, that was my first Set PA class, and I was very, very nervous. It was structured way differently than it is now, but one of my trainees, Ebony, she is like my OG. She's been in this like with me, and she's always been supportive beyond film school, and I'm like so happy for all the things that she achieved. But she was like one of my first trainees, and one of her friends, Kit, which sometimes Kit will join me on live streams and stuff. Oh my god, you're based, okay, Dorothy, please email me. Dorothy, please email me right now at beyondfilmschool@gmail. Please, Dorothy, email me, and we will start a conversation, because I love hiring theater folks. Okay, that was like the point of that whole story. But Kit was working in theater. She wanted to work in film. I got her on some short films. She developed her resume. Like, she started getting those lines. But now, Kit, she does not live in New York anymore, but she moved to LA, and she did the creative writing program. She's, like, trying to make her writing dreams come true right now. But, like, she suggests to me all these theater people, and I'm just like, theater folks they make the transition over to film very, very easily, because you guys have that, that sense of urgency. It's there, and it's like, you don't have to stress that with people who've worked in theater before, because you guys know we gotta do this now. Okay, people who never have worked in the entertainment industry at all, like, they don't really know about that sense of urgency. They're kind of like lost in the sauce a little bit, and then they start to pick it up. But theater folks, whew, like, honestly, Dorothy, please email me, beyondfilmschool@gmail, like, honestly, because I'm always like, this is a really good time to break into film. I'm just saying. Okay, Jake, we're going to get to your question. Big question regarding something a person at the GA film office told me to do. We're talking about Georgia film office, right? If you don't mind sharing your thoughts on it. So what exactly, so what did they tell you to do? I don't know what the question is just yet, Jake B. If you could enunciate a little bit, like, what is your actual question? Big question regarding something a person at the GA film office told me to do, if you don't mind sharing your thoughts on it. Please, I mean, yes, I'm here. I'm here, but, like, I need to know what am I giving my thoughts on? I gotta, like, help me out. You gotta give me a little bit more. Okay, Dean, I am learning how to break down my own script and develop my budget. So much fun. Insert sarcasm here. Breaking down a script is, I mean, probably one of my least favorite things, but one of my most needed things as an AD. But budget-wise, God bless you, because I am not a money's person. I am not the money person at all. So, I mean, God bless you, Dean, just saying. Godspeed. That's, like, I mean, congratulations on doing that, because, whew, it's a lot of work, and I'm not trying to do that. Yavo or Javo? I think Yavo, maybe. I'm thinking I'm pronouncing your name right. I hope so. Festivals can boost or break one's confidence. What's your take on festivals? You're talking about film festivals, I think is a very vicious game. There is so much competition. Anytime you're rejected, just move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Don't even worry about it, because sometimes what happens is, like, you just may not be a good fit for the festival that you are entering, So, like, I think that, to have your confidence to kind of, like, hang on to whether or not you make it into a festival or not is, like, you gotta do some foundational work here with yourself. It shouldn't break you, and it shouldn't make you. Does that make sense? I feel like that was a little harsh, but, like, I feel like it shouldn't affect you that much. Just, like, rejection, right? We're dealing with something that deals in rejection. Move on to the next one. don't even worry about it. Shit happens. Nothing is perfect. And when you make your next movie, it's gonna get better. When you make your next project, it's gonna get better, and it's gonna be more festivals and stuff like that. So don't even worry about it. I would say, like, do not let festivals like ruin your confidence. And it stings for a little bit. It really, really does, because it's like, who doesn't want to be accepted? Like, everyone wants to be accepted, right? But don't let it affect you internally, because there might be other reasons, or maybe, you don't know why you were rejected sometimes. So, like, don't even let that get to you. Move on to the next one. That's my main thing for you, is like, just move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm Gus. What do you think about Staff Me Up for green PAs? Do it. Use anything you can to get jobs, people. Do anything you can to get those jobs. I mean, Staff Me Up is a really good source. And I think Staff Me Up is probably one of the places where a lot of people have told me that they've gotten jobs from, and probably the most consistent. So I would say definitely use Staff Me Up. Like, no, just like sell your soft skills as best you can. And also, like, trust me, like, Staff Me Up shouldn't be the only thing you're trying out. Try any and everything, people. It's like, take a bunch of rocks, all these things you're going to try and throw it, and you're going to find out what sticks. Like, do not stop. Don't try just one thing. Try multiple things. Honestly, try multiple things. Yes, I know what green means. Okay, I know what green means. Are you telling me, Gus, that I don't know what green means? Of course. We know that. Okay, for anyone that's out there who doesn't know what green means, that's new. Novice. Newbie. Okay? So if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about by green PA, that means new. You're like brand spanking new. Okay, Jake, I was told to use the Georgia Film and Entertainment contact directory to find keys and department heads to contact about PA openings. Yes. Yes, 100% yes, do that. Because you never know who might be, like, looking for people to hire. There's so much work out here right now. It is crazy, because, like, I can't, like, right now, my show is looking for a first-team runner, and like, everyone is staffed. Everyone who has experience is staffed. So it's, like, it's really, really tough to staff shows now. There's, like, 500-plus shows, like, shooting in the U.S. right now. The most it's ever been, and it's crazy. Yes. Definitely, if they have their number on those directories, like, here's the thing. It's like, when we are signing our contracts and our NDAs, a question that's always put on our start work is, do you want to be listed? Does your number want to be listed? Does your email want to be listed? And I always say, in any directory, yes, please contact me, because I might need someone, someone might need someone on their, like, crew. You have no idea. So definitely do it. Reach out to them. You never know, because that's how I did it. When I first started, I used 411, variety.com, I believe. And yeah, see, the Javo, the J is like H. Havo, yes, yes. Good. Thank you, Havo. But yeah, like, I use the 411 directory to get email as many people as possible. And if I didn't do that, and I didn't get that one person to email me back, I would not have the career I have now. 100%. That person gave me the best tip in the world. I acted on it, and that is why I'm here today, folks. That's why I'm in the DGA today. That's why I'm an AD today. I have a film career because I reached out to people that were on those directories, okay? So definitely use those. The contact info is all hidden in states to not contact for job openings, not sure what to do. Here's the thing, is that, like, you can always just kind of take it, email with a light hand. Just say, you're looking for work, if you need, you're looking for anybody, blah, blah, blah. I say take a risk. Who cares? Take a risk, folks, because if you're not taking risks, and if you don't go after what you want, because this video is about going after what you want, you got to take your life into your own hands and go after what you want, because if you don't act, what are you doing, right? You're not really doing anything. You want to be proactive with your career. You want to take risks as much as you can, because right now, if you got no jobs, you got no anything happening right now, you have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Just think about that for real quick. When I first started, I had nothing. I had maybe, because when I was starting out, like, as a camera assistant, and then I switched over departments, I had to start all over. So, like, when I was emailing these people, I had nothing to lose. I had no reputation yet. I had no one saying I was like, oh, I was blacklisted because I emailed the wrong person. I had nothing to lose. So when you think about that, weigh your odds, people, because you have nothing to lose. You got to go after it. You got to do what it takes to do it, okay? If someone emails you and says, hey, don't email me, okay, fine. Just move on to the next person. Like, that whole rejection thing, we're getting back to rejection. Like, don't let rejection get to you that much. Okay, so sorry, I wanted to get the clear that before asking, that's just me. You're fine. Jake, it was a great question. Thank you so much. I went on a whole tangent about that. It was great. So Cameron, where is the best place to look for openings? Oh, Lord Jesus. Facebook, Staff Me Up, Backstage also has a crew section now. Like, honestly, do your due diligence. Google film job websites, film production jobs. Like, start to do some homework. Okay, I know you want it the easy way. You want me to tell you all the websites, but like, honestly, there's Crew Me Up, there's the Available app, there's like the Freelance Film app. There's apps out there now that you can apply on and put your resume up and put your schedule up. There's so much stuff out there that is like I don't even know about. So like I could all the things I just told you, and then there's probably plus that I haven't even discovered yet. You know, like that. I mean, because honestly, I'm in the world now of like I'm just in the recommendation. Like someone will recommend me, and then I have something coming to me, and that's what you hope for, right? Like when you first start, it comes from all these sites. It comes from the Facebook groups. Comes from all the apps that you might use to book people and stuff. But then you just get recommended to people, and then people are like, hey, can you work on my thing? And that's a really, 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 really nice spot to be in. I am so grateful that I've like actually gotten to that point in my career where it's like I don't have to do that much work trying to get a job. Thank God. And that's what I hope for all of you, is that once you get started, you get the ball rolling, you just have jobs just rolling into you, and you can say, oh, I'm already booked for this thing. Oh, I can't, my schedule. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oops. Okay, so I'm Gus. Wow, look at me mansplaining. Sorry about that. No, you're Gus. You're fine. You're totally forgiven. Totally forgiven, because you don't know what people don't know. It's fine. Janja, is there a platform to actually filter the best fitting festivals for a film a filmmaker has just made? Oh, it's really, really hard, because there isn't, as far as I know. There used to be, but then a lot of them got shut down because they couldn't afford to stay up anymore. You just have to do your research. It takes a lot of time. You got to look into that film festival, and that is part of your. And I think I have a video about film festivals as well. Yeah, I do have one. It's a couple years old, but my main point in that video is like making sure that you're applying to the right ones. Like, for example, if there is a film festival that's a horror film festival, you're not gonna, submit your film about comedy to that horror genre film festival if it's nothing to do with horror, right? So, I mean, that was a very simple, very basic example. But, I mean, if you have a lesbian LGBTQ theme in your film, then yes, apply to those types of film festivals. If you might have, like, maybe there might be an autistic theme in there, maybe there might be people of color theme in there, who knows, civil rights themes, like, all different types of things are happening in your movies. You have to find the film festivals that fit best, and that takes research. It's not easy. There's no easy way around this. You need to research what film festivals are going to be best for you. Let's see, going to Dean, the worst they will do is say no. Exactly. But if they say yes, exactly. See? Dean gets it. Dean, you get it. You get it. The worst they can say no, fuck off, right? Stop emailing me. But the best they can do is be like, yeah, they can give you a little tidbit of information, or they can like give you an opportunity. Exactly. Yes. I just love this so much that everyone's just sharing so many like good nuggets. I love it. Silent Shred. It's funny because you say, make the pipe dream happen. And someone said this in my class. They were like, oh, my pipe dreams. I'm like, nope, we don't call them that, because pipe dreams make it seem to have that like, oh, it's not possible, right? I'm sorry, but your dreams are possible. I don't care what type of dreams you have. If you want to be a showrunner, you want to open a studio one day, you want to be the next Oprah, I don't care. But there is going to be a next Oprah, right? It might as well just be you if you're trying to be there. You know what I mean? So, like, there are no pipe dreams. I don't like when people use that phrase. Sorry to cut you down for using pipe dreams, but yes, make those dreams happen, people. Make them happen. I like to follow rules, damn it. Jake, be rebellious. Just got to do it. Concept shorts. How about, yeah, concept shorts? I mean, my thoughts on it is that, like, do it. Because concept shorts are, like, a good way to get your concept out there and have something for an investor to watch to give you more money to finish it or to get that feature done. So, yes, they are useful for one screenplay. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, definitely concept. I worked on a few of these, and I don't know if they actually got the funding or whatever, but sometimes they get the funding and they actually do the feature film. So, and you get the buzz out there and you have something you can show, like, hey, you know, you can have that trailer up on your social media pages or whatever, and you can, like, hey, this feature is coming out, or we're making this now. You can use it for your GoFund, or, I mean, those crowdsourcing things, which I'm like, I'm not really for crowdsourcing because, honestly, it's very saturated. Raising money for your film takes a lot of hard work, and there's no easy way around that. But concept shorts are really, really good to show and to help get that money when you actually are contacting investors. Because here's the thing. If you're raising money for your film, you can't just throw a GoFundMe page up or a whatever film crowdsourcing thing you have. You can't just throw it up and expect money to just come rolling in. That doesn't work that way. You use the page, you use the link of that page, you send it to a certain person that you think may want to invest. That's it. Like, it's a landing page for your investors to go to, but it's your job to reach out to investors and people. Like, write a personal email, pitch them. That's how you get money for your films. You can't just throw a GoFundMe page up and expect the money to come rolling in, because that is not going to happen. I'm sorry, but you're going to fail if you do that. I'm sorry, and you'll learn a lesson. You'll learn how to better do it. You're like, what am I doing wrong here? Well, you need to personally reach out to people who you may think want to invest in your thing. Friends of friends, friends of friends of friends of friends, family friends, something like that. Like, don't milk your family dry, obviously. But, like, you really got to do some research. Who are owners of businesses? Like, maybe, you know, who knows? Small businesses, big businesses, they might want to put their money somewhere because then they can count it as, like, a donation or something like that. So, just saying. It's hard to find money for film when you're making your own indie stuff. But it's possible. People have done it. A Silent Tread, good short, would be about zombies who do nothing but stand around and rot away unless the unaffected interact and care for them. What? I don't know why that made me mad. That was such an out of the box, like... All right, get your last questions in. I'm going to wrap it up because what I'm going to be doing as soon as the sun sets, I am going to be making 2 videos tonight because I have no video for you tomorrow. It's going to be out on Thursday. I'm going to be shooting this video tonight, editing it tomorrow. It'll be up on Thursday, hopefully. Maybe Friday at the latest. I'm going to try my best to get this video out. It's just like I did this 6-day reshoot and it totally threw off my schedule. It was very, very long days and I couldn't shoot anything. And also when I had time to shoot videos, the performance wasn't there in a weird way. Like, I was like, there's no way I can perform this very well to, like, give good content to you guys. So, last moment for questions. I'm going to take a sip of my tea, and then we're going to wrap it up. Questions, comments, concerns. Thanks for joining me on this lovely February Tuesday afternoon. Where I am right now in New York, it looks kind of like gloom and doom. It's kind of gray. It looks like, I feel like it's like 7 p.m. right now. It's really weird. All right, Becca. Hello, Becca. I don't think you've joined the chat yet, but thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for your comment. Becca, how do you tend to crew directors always by recs? Dependent on the scale of the production, do you join crews assembled by a producer and they're looking for a director, or it's always a director attached? I'm trying to break down this question. Let me think about it for a second. I think what you're asking is Silent Tread. You're like, has it been done, people? Well, write the script. Silent Tread. I'm going to write the script and then make it. Boom. Write the script. So, Becca, I'm trying to understand your question a little bit. Let me break this down. How do you tend to crew... Oh, you mean like hire directors, always by recs? Okay, so, when you're talking about like the main director, how they're hired, right? So, usually directors will have their own resume, they'll have their website, they'll have a reel right? And usually directors have agents as well when you're talking like big scale type stuff. Also, like, for example, producer friends might ask their other producer friends, like, hey, do you have a director that you can recommend for this thing? They also will post sometimes, producer will post sometimes for directors for like their indie stuff. So it comes from recommendations, comes from, you know, agents if when you're talking like big budget type stuff, and it also comes from like different posts and stuff like that. So it just recommendations, agents, and posts I mean, they hire directors the same kind of way, but also just know that like you need to have a director's reel, because I'm not hiring you hey, Dallas Dan, oh my goodness, how's it going? Dallas Dan is always commenting on my stuff. Hello, thanks for joining a live stream, Dan. So you want to make sure that like you as a director, you know, try to look in having, you know, get an agent, because it's very hard to get an agent. Don't even ask me how to get an agent, because it's very, very hard, because when I become a first AD, I'll have to find an agent. I don't know how to do that just yet. So when I learn how to get an agent, I will tell you guys how to get an agent. But the first step is like making sure that you have a website, making sure you have a reel. And how do you build your director's reel? Start small, start making stuff now, and start building as you go. Like, make it a goal to have like one short film a month, one, you know, 30-minute thing a year or something. You need to have footage. You need to have something to prove that you know how to direct, okay? You have to have things to prove. And the one way to do that is have something under your belt and doing small things and building from there, okay? Becca, I hope that answered your question. Okay, good. Okay, so yes, that's what I'm asking. Okay, good. How about social? I'll be stealing your idea. Okay, all right, so now we got a battle here. Yavo and Silent Shred. Who's got the best script for this random zombie idea that Silent Shred has just pitched? No one's done it yet, so now we gotta write the script. Okay, so I am wrapping it up now. Oh my goodness, we've done an hour and 15 minutes. I am so grateful for you guys to join me. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. Oh, I didn't even get to... Okay, Dallas Dan, always good to see you. Amber, thanks for going live. We all need more confidence in this field. Yes! Yes, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you confidence. Follow your dreams, folks. Have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your abilities, because ain't no one else going to do it for you, okay? No one else is going to have the confidence in you like you will, or you can, okay? So, and plus, the more confident you are, the more things are going to come your way 100%. It's all about what you're going to put into it. It's all about, like, how like, just do it. Go all the way. Do the best you can. Stay confident in this business, because, man, whew, you just gotta stay strong. Stay strong. Don't worry about the rejections. Don't worry about the stuff that's not coming your way, because it's not meant for you. Something else better is gonna come your way. Don't let the rejections rule you, okay? Don't let them rule you. Just move on to the next. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Becca. Thank you all for the comments. Okay, that is it for now, guys. I shall see you next time.